Hey everyone, it's Sevy. And if you haven't seen my latest community post, my Google account got hacked and my YouTube account almost got compromised. And in this video, I'm going to explain what happened, how we dealt with it, and how it can be avoided in the future. Because, well, my channel is primarily an educational channel, and I want to at least come out of this learning something and to share, as always, what I've learned. So hopefully, even though it really sucks what happened, hopefully, if you're watching this, it will inspire you to be more careful, or it will remind you to be more careful about how you treat the internet. So I'm going to be referring to my notes app, like sit down talk video style, so that I don't miss anything because this is important. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but let's just dive in. Okay, so last week I received a sponsorship email from a PR manager claiming to be from Moonlit Games. Moonlit Games is an indie game company, and they have a game on Steam that is to be released soon. It seems to be in beta, it seems to be in late development stage, and I got a sponsorship email inviting me to try it out so that I could insert an ad of it in the video. And I saw that a couple other content creator emails were in the CC list, and I actually recognized the names of these creators. So that was actually one thing that um, kind of pushed my being complacent, my complacency. So I hadn't really gotten any other sponsorship emails before. So as a new creator, of course I was interested. And I expressed my interest in a reply back. I did not commit to anything, but I expressed my interest. And they replied with a Google Drive link telling me that this was where you could download the launcher and that they would provide a key to open it. And that really should have been a big red flag for me, that a game developer whose game was supposedly to be on Steam was sending a launcher. Okay, and as someone who's unfortunately inexperienced with installing and playing games on different platforms like Steam and other similar platforms, I did not realize what was wrong here. So, of course, that's a mistake on my part. I made many mistakes here, which I hope you will never make. So, after that, I emailed them that I won't be able to address this or deal with this um, possible collaboration until the following week because I was busy. And they said, no problem. And over the weekend, they sent an updated link with an updated launcher because they said the previous one hadn't worked. And I thought, okay, that's nice of them. So when I was finally freer, and I had the time to revisit this collaboration offer, I opened the link and I downloaded. It was a Google Drive link, so it looked like a legitimate link. It was a legitimate link. It brought me to a Google Drive page. So I downloaded it and I unzipped it, and there was an application file in it. And I really should have listened at this point to all the fucking red flags pointing at how dangerous it was. But I didn't. I clicked the application and there was no pop up. There was the cursor loaded and there was no pop up. And thankfully, I was here with Halavi and he was alerted to what had happened. And he and I, as soon as I found out, or as soon as I realized all the fucking mistakes I made, we did a hard reset on my laptop, which was the device that I had downloaded the file into. And it reset everything. It wiped my files. It wiped everything I'd installed except for some basic drivers, and we thought that that was enough. And it wasn't. In the end, it wasn't. I I thought it was enough because I did not know the nature of this scam. So I didn't see anything suspicious in my laptop. I was able to reinstall most of my apps and games without any problem. There was no suspicious activity. There were no weird pop-ups. Everything was running fine. And it was only almost 10 hours later, past midnight my time. Thank fuck I was awake. My phone started getting alerts, Google security alerts, that my password had been changed. My two-factor authentication was being undone. My phone number was being changed. And as soon as I saw the alert, I woke up Halavi. I was like, we're being hacked. And within 15 minutes, I could not sign into that account. And it was fucking terrifying. And I looked I looked at all my 2FA options. I even had an authenticator app. It didn't work. It didn't ask for it. The recovery email had been changed. The phone number had been changed. And unfortunately, I didn't have the security backup code saved because out of ignorance or inexperience, I did not know that that was your final line of security on a Google account. So, okay, I was like, Google account, fine. I can't access it. I still have access to my YouTube account from another entry point. So I checked that right away. And fuck me, they were already working on editing it. They had changed the profile picture to this little prism thing and then changed the name of the channel to Ethereum Inc. If you don't know, Ethereum is a type of cryptocurrency. And they were privating my videos to the point that if you had looked at my channel at the moment it was happening, my channel would have been empty. You would not have recognized it. It was under a different name, a different profile, and it had no content on it whatsoever. And thankfully, being able to access it from another entry point, I was able to shut them out of my YouTube channel. They still had my Google account, but I was able to shut them out of my YouTube channel. Okay? And fucking thankful that I did, or that we were able to do that before any permanent damage to my YouTube channel was done. My content was still intact. They had privated the videos instead of deleting them because deleting them would take back the revenue. So I'm lucky they only privated it instead of deleting all the videos we put our hard work in. And that night we barely got any sleep. I sent out a tweet, a cry for help. I didn't know if anyone would respond to it, and I really want to thank one of a streamer that I know, HeroVange, for actually tagging Team YouTube in a reply to my tweet because out of all the things I tried, right, looking at Google support, looking at Google Threads, inquiring on steps, and looking at past forum posts on Google support, nothing helped. Everything looped back to my not being able to access the account. The steps weren't helpful. It was so hard to find a protocol. And it was only with the intervention of Team YouTube that I actually felt someone was listening, because it was only Team YouTube that was willing to contact me directly and get detailed information on the situation and offer some help. And I'm really thankful for that. So, again, we barely got any sleep. We woke up again early in the morning. did another round of resetting and security checks, which we were already doing the prior night. Sorry, I left that out. Right after securing the YouTube channel, we spent the entire night covering any loopholes, anything that the hacker could possibly access, any other online accounts that I had that they could possibly hack using my email account. We did that. We reset everything. And when we woke up, we did another round of the entire thing just to be sure, because at this point we were fucking terrified and paranoid. And and honestly, I was not paranoid enough. So thankfully, after getting in touch with Team YouTube, they sent me a form to fill out, which I did, and right now I'm waiting for them. We've done our initial correspondence. I'm updating them, and I'm waiting for them to get back on me with some good news, hopefully. Um, but so the YouTube channel for now is secure. And I'm hoping that Team YouTube has eyes on it. But my concern now is the AdSense account, which I mentioned this in my community post, because even though the hacker does not have access to the YouTube channel anymore, that email account is the AdSense account that my YouTube was connected to. So they basically have access to the AdSense account. And I realized that this morning. So what I did was that from my new entry point, from my new account, I tried to reclaim the AdSense into my new account. And out of conflict, because one channel can't have two AdSense accounts attached to it. The first has to shut down. Obviously, I can't shut it down because I can't access it, right? It's in the hands of the hacker. So because of conflict, because it looked like there were two AdSense accounts fighting for it, uh, YouTube YouTube and Google turned off the monetization on my channel. I can no longer monetize my videos for the meantime. And honestly, it's both a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, it's a bad thing because that's my livelihood, that's my earning, that's what keeps this channel going. But it's a good thing because as long as I'm not getting anything, the hackers aren't getting anything either. And again, I'm really hoping that Team YouTube or a support, or whether it's AdSense or the Google team support, can restore the AdSense back to me, because again, that's our livelihood, and that's what keeps the content going. That's what sustains what my partner and I can deliver to you guys, whether it's entertainment or help or guides or basically. And and ever since my community post went up, first of all, it's only been up for a little while, but I really want to thank the people who have been so generous to us, to support us and give us um and be generous enough to give us something that, while we can't give them anything back in the meantime. um I didn't expect that, and it makes us really grateful. um but aside from that, we're still really anxious, and we're really hoping that everything turns out okay in the end, that we can restore it back to how it was, but with better security. And this is where I want to go to the learning part, right? Because there are so many there's so much I could have done to avoid this situation. And maybe if I had been more experienced, if I had been more paranoid, more careful, if I had listened to the red flags, I would not be in this mess. That would not have happened to me. And I will acknowledge at the same time that it really sucks that someone out there is targeting hardworking YouTube content creators, phishing them for their YouTube channel information so that they can push a cryptocurrency scam Okay, I'm not saying that they're pushing cryptocurrency, they're pushing a scam. Because their plan is to take YouTube channels, stream from them or upload content to them that promote their scam and have people buy into their scam. And I only found this out when I had the presence of mind to look for news articles on the issue. Because, again, looking at Google support, what do I do if someone hacks my account? It didn't fucking work. It didn't help. But looking at news articles and finding out that for a while, there have been phishing scams targeting content creators, YouTube channels, stealing their accounts. Seeing those news articles put things into perspective. It made things make sense. And it actually gave me more information about what we were dealing with. Because obviously, when I installed it, and even last night when we were doing the rounds of security, I did not understand what we were dealing with. I did not understand how they got past two-factor authentication, because that's like the highest security that Google offers. And still they got past that. So after looking at the news articles, it turns out, okay, and here's the breakdown. This phishing scam uses a cookie stealing malware. So once you run the application, it is too subtle for most antiviruses to detect. It's not going to set off any alarm bells in your security protocol. And once you install it, it will steal your cookies and it will transfer them to a server. It will pass them around to whichever hacker wants to abuse those cookies. Okay, so having learned that, it made a lot more sense that, first of all, they could get past 2FA because cookies can get past 2FA. And it made a lot of sense also that hard resetting the laptop wasn't enough, because they weren't after my files or my data. They weren't after my files or my software. They were after my cookies, my data. They were trying to access the YouTube account. And after that, I found out way too late that the only thing you can do when a hacker gets to your Google account is to use your security backup codes. They are 8-digit security backup codes. I did not know about this, so I hadn't had them enabled, because the most advice that I had received as a content creator is to enable 2FA. Enable 2FA on all your accounts, guys. It's pretty much standard practice as of now. But the final line of security are those 8-digit backup codes. And you have to have them enabled and saved, whether in a note or hard copy written down, so that you can use them to retrieve your account. And if you don't have those, your account is basically lost, like what happened to me. And rest assured that now that I know that, I am using that line of security. And if you are a content creator, or if you use your Google account to earn money or make a living or live a big part of your life online, then you should too. There are so many other things that I could have done. I should have checked that the email was in fact associated with Moonlit Games. I did that too late, guys. When I checked Moonlit Games, they had already posted a warning that someone was phishing, posing as them. That was my fucking mistake. And I didn't catch it. And it really sucks and really hurts that that someone is, well, not just someone, but it's a wave, guys. It's not just someone. It's a whole bunch of people. It can be a coordinated attack. That the people pushing scams, it really sucks that they are targeting content creators. I know that I'm not definitely not the first, and I won't be the last, and I really feel for anyone who is going through the same thing, because there's the feeling of helplessness is unbelievable, especially when it feels like no one is listening, or you can't find a direct line of help, or can't take the situation back into control. It really fucking sucks. So, um, it's not over. And once it's over, I will probably update it, whether in a community post or a story, or I guess on my Twitter. Hopefully, again, it turns out okay in the end. And that's what's happened so far. I was so stupid before this incident happened, and I can safely say I'm 1000% more paranoid. And I'm and that's exactly, if not enough, that's how paranoid I should have been at the start, because scams are fucking real and they're dangerous. So again, I want to thank you all. I really want to thank my community, because you have been so supportive and so kind, to me and my partner, of the content that we're providing and giving. And not only is it nice that people watch our content, it's nice that I get to interact, whether it's through comments or just through hearing you, or even on Twitch stream. It's really nice building, getting to know people in whatever way, shape, or form, whether it's, whether it's just a few words, it's something, right? And again, I'm thankful that for your support and your patience and your understanding. And like, I know I was totally fucking stupid in this sense, but again, it really sucks that it happened. So, um, I guess that's going to be it for this video. I don't know if I will be uploading until this all gets sorted out. Honestly, I don't want to, because I just don't feel safe about it until a support team has given me the go, or until I know for sure that it's okay. I Yeah, so that's the state of my YouTube channel at the moment. Um, I'm still trying to mentally recover from it, and so is my partner. That it's kind of traumatic, to be honest. And and yeah, I hope none of you make the same mistakes that I did. Whether you're a content creator or not, your data is still important to you, and everyone could do with precaution. On the internet, it doesn't hurt to be cautious. And I learned that the hard way, the hardest way, maybe. So, thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, um, I'll probably be on Twitch. I'm not sure when I'll be able to upload again on YouTube, but I'll see you when I do. Okay? So, take care.